People always flatter me and say to me, wow, you are so inspirational when it comes to Christmas decorating, but where do you get inspiration? So in today's video, I'm going to share with you some photos that have me thinking for 2024 already. Stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Life with MaryAnn and Joe. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you some inspirational photos that I found that have me thinking about what I'm going to do for 2024 already. And I want to share with you so you can see how my brain works and where I get some ideas. Okay, so let's go through these pictures. All right, so here's the first picture I chose, and like all of the pictures, these are not something that I would copy. These are just things that might inspire me to do something on my own, you know, not necessarily on a tree. It could be anywhere else. So what did I like about this? Well, I like the fullness of this and how packed it is, and also that drippy tinsel look. This picture I chose because a lot of people are, first of all, the snowflakes attracted me because I have those snowflakes. And secondly, this is an alternative way to put on ribbon. You don't really see this too much, and I do get a lot of questions about putting ribbon on and the different methods of putting ribbon on, so this is a definite alternative. This one is a great example of a Victorian tree, and I like those. I think they're very quaint looking and very homey and very nostalgic, and I found this one particularly attractive. Look at the picture right in the middle that looks like a cameo. You could insert family members' pictures in frames like that. This wreath I really love because it is just constructed so great. First of all, it's packed, but then look at the construction. Down on the bottom, it has those drippy elements, and then up on the top, it has the spikiness of the branches. So it both vertically and horizontally is complete. This tree I found attractive because it reminded me of a Ralph Lauren kind of a look. That hunter green and the gold is very elegant looking. So if you have an elegant room and you don't want something so whimsical, this would be a good example. Once again, this doesn't have to necessarily be on a tree. You could use this same technique for a mantle. And speaking of mantles, take a look at this. This is a very asymmetric type of garland. It's a very different look. I'm starting to like the asymmetric garlands a lot, and this one is really different looking. It kind of looks like a little bit of a roller coaster, right? But again, it's very different. So if you're looking to be unique, that's an example. This one is a little bit more traditional looking, but it has that candy theme that I've really been finding appealing over the past couple of years. And plus, I've been doing so much work, you know, making candy things. I'm going to continue using them. So this is symmetrical, packed, and very whimsical looking. This must be the same company or person, this wreath. Once again, take a look at how packed it is. Very whimsical with those little, them look like little fairies there flying around in the middle. And then it has the bird up on the top and then the drippy element on the bottom. And it's just complete all the way around. Here's another example of a really packed tree. This is a whimsical tree. And once again, a lot of times these trees give me ideas on how to construct my garlands. If you ever looked at my garlands, you see that they're rather packed, and this is where I get those ideas. This has been all over the internet, and I read the comments. It gets a lot of criticism from a lot of people saying that it's too much, too full, and I disagree with them totally. I think that it's really great looking. I think it is elegant looking. Even as big as it is, it just fits on that particular mantle. Here's another example of a mantle that's more, mature looking, more elegant looking. And once again, if you notice, I tend to like things that have that drippy element. Look in the middle there. There are those clear glass balls hanging there, which gives another dimension and another element to that garland. This tree, it's weird, I picked it and actually it looks kind of like my memory tree, the one with MaryAnn's grandfather's coat ornaments on it. It's very traditional looking, but I like the shape of this one. It's kind of like pushing downward rather than out or upward. This is another example of an elegant kind of mantle. This looks like it would be great for a wedding. You could even use this in the spring. But what I liked about this one was, if you notice on both sides, the right and the left side, again, you have those elements that extend out from the garland, giving it another life. This one I think I was attracted to because it has those stars, almost the same stars that we have, that we got from the Dollar Tree actually, and it was used in a different method. Look at the garland, how it's asymmetric, and then look at the layering that's on the shelf below. This is another example of a garland over a mirror, and again you see those finials hanging and the snowflakes hanging so that the garland doesn't look so static. It comes to life when you have things, protruding from it, hanging from it, and extending in all directions. This tree is unbelievable. It's just, it must be wonderful in person with the lights on. It looks like it's completely covered with tinsel or crystals or something, but again, that drippy look that I really like. Here's that, it must be that same person again. Take a look at this wreath. This is a good example of how to do a candy theme without using the red and the white. Here they use the pink and the blue, and it's very childlike because of that, but the construction of the garland of the wreath is very mature. This is a good example of how to layer things, and you can see they're layered both horizontally and vertically. So your eye leads up to that top gingerbread house, and at the same time it extends to the right and the left with those peppermint candies. Take a look at this. This is great. The newel post is right up my alley there with those giant peppermint lollipops and candy canes. And, once again, those oversized candies look really highbrow to me, and I really like that. Here is a more traditional newel post with the red and the green, but a little bit of whimsy in there. If you look close, you can see some of there's a sock there that's green with red polka dots, and a box that's green with red polka dots, and so on. So that little bit of altering from the red and the green gives it a little bit of difference. These are faux cakes, and I think I'm going to try to make some of these next year. If you want to see how to do great faux cakes, take a look at Davita Lane's channel. She makes beautiful faux things, and I'm not sure, these might even be hers, I'm not really sure, but they are great looking. Here's another example of a more traditional kind of a tree. It's more somber looking, and again, if you have a more elegant or formal spot in your house and you don't want something so kitty looking, this is a good alternative for a tree. Here's yet another example of the candy theme on this railing and the newel post. Great inspiration you can get from a picture like this. Once again, you might even want to do the tree like this, the mantle like this, or your railing like this. Not to copy it, but to use it as inspiration. This is an entryway into a building, and once again, you see how the finials that are hanging from the garland that goes across the top of the doorway adds another level of intrigue and another level of depth. This is a great centerpiece on a dining room table, and if I didn't know better, I would think I did that myself. You see the trees and the white branches and the white deer right there, or the greenery on the bottom. And I think something like that is very festive and very beautiful looking. And this I really loved. Take a look at it closely. You see the elf helping the other elf, and they're hoisting up the garland to put it up on that piece. Okay, everybody, so I hope you enjoyed this little video in taking a look at some things that inspire me. And I'll be seeing you soon. Take care.